Leading local today in our top story, the North Dakota Indian Affairs Commission wants to make sure our Native American citizens are treated fairly under the law and in our communities. This requires a push from all sides of the government, including from both the federal and state. Nye Remy has more.
Governor Doug Burgum and First Lady Catherine Burgum kicked off the two-day conference hosted by the North Dakota Indian Affairs Commission. They say that their goal is to strengthen relationships and to recognize the 5 Native tribes here in North Dakota.
The Government-to-Government Partnerships Conference was held today at the Bismarck Event Center. The purpose of this conference is to highlight current state and nationwide issues along with resolutions within the Native American community.
Every enrolled member of the 5 tribes with which we share geography is also a North Dakota citizen. So from our first day in office, we were committed to work to improve the lives, empower people, and inspire success of every North Dakotan. And some of the biggest challenges we face have been within tribal communities that have been trapped inside of a broken federal system that's existed for over 150 years.
The tribal community not only struggles with equality, but also drug usage. According to tribalpicenters.org, one of the many issues that our Native Americans face here in America and in our state is drug overdose. The overdose death rate amongst Indigenous people are 13.7 deaths per 100,000, which exceeds the national rate. According to First Lady Catherine Burgum, the reason to the increased death rate is due to the lack of culture-based treatments for the tribal people in our state, and some may even be too shamed to reach out for help.
Well, it's important to look at the addiction, not as a moral failing, but as a disease. And really for healthcare, communities, incarceration, for everyone to start looking at it as a disease and not a moral failing.
Catherine was overcome by her emotions as she shared with the crowd her past experience with drug addiction, where she too can relate on the struggle of speaking to someone. She hopes that her story will help put a stop to the stigma.
Like I said, in healthcare, there's no wing of a hospital that's the Susan Smith addiction wing. Those are things we need. Of course, you have cancer, you have all these other things, but you just don't have that kind of, so we need to focus in healthcare, lots of other places, but we do that by eliminating the stigma.
Governor Doug Burgum says that they're not just doing things for the tribes, but they're with the tribes.
So it's the right thing to do, and it's important. It's our job to do.
Reporting from Bismarck for KX News, I'm Nye Remy.
The Government-to-Government Relations Conference is open to the public and will continue tomorrow at the Bismarck Event Center.